Yeah, it's a beautiful day. God's doing miracles. Everybody believe in signs, miracles, and wonders here.
Amen.
We had one this morning. We were driving up this back road to church this morning, and there's a farm that has an idol. I mean, idols grieve me. When people set up statues and worship statues, there's literally a hog idol on a farm in the back road. All right, a big stone hog. I don't know if you've seen it if you come the back way. Well, I was really grieving about it, and I was actually cursing it in the name of the Lord, right? Dwayne, testify. I'm saying, I will not bow down to you, oh, you hog, pig, God. And as soon as those words left my mouth, my cell phone said, don't forget to pick up the ham. Because I brought a ham this morning, I left it home, and I programmed this to talk to me, to remind me. And as soon as those words came out, and then Dwayne, of course, went biblical on me. The book of Acts, where Peter, the sheep was let down, and all those common unclean animals, including the pig, were let down. So the ham is back there. The ham is good. It's sanctified. It's holy ham. And so I went home and I picked up Mary Lou, and she had the ham in her hand, and I said she was the ma'am with the ham. And so here we are. It's a ham day. Interesting, I went and picked up some glazed donuts at Wise grocery store. And this is the season for Easter, the resurrection. And you walk in, they have this huge chocolate chip cookie with 3 crosses painted in brown icing on it. It's a resurrection display, with the resurrection cookies and cakes. And I thought that was great. Right at the door, you take 2 steps past it. On the left, they have the whole display of beer. Okay? So you get, you celebrate Easter, you grab a 6-pack of beer, and then I don't know. It's Wise has it all. I don't know how wise that is. So, all right, we're going to divide the room in half. This half of the room start row, row, row your boat. Then when I do this half, ready? Row, row, row your boat. Okay, you guys, row, row. Oh, forget it, you guys. You need help. You need help. My name is John Peters, and I'm a prophetic comedian. I finally figured out what I am. It took me 2 years to figure out who I was. I actually was in the VA hospital once in the elevator with my wife in a wheelchair. I pull in the elevator, it's filled with people, and I said the same thing to them. I said, okay, we're going to split, and I did the same thing I just did to you, and my wife is going, no!
No!
But, they actually did it, and we went up to the 2nd floor singing, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. You never know what you can get away with people. People are waiting to be led. They need leadership. Just the other day, I was back in that same elevator at the VA messing around, And so you have to take chances in life. What's today about? Today is about taking chances. Are you willing to take chance? Did you take a chance with Jesus? I did. I took a chance with Jesus. That's kind of dangerous, All my friends, when I was a teenager, they're going one way. They're going chasing girls and drinking booze. And that's what I was doing until I came to Jesus, and then I began to live for Jesus. And guess what? I lost all my friends, and so that was a real trippy-do. But I've served Jesus for many years. Actually, he served me. It's all about him, not about me. And he's been faithful. Jesus has been faithful all these years. He has. He has. And I think my theme is really, over the years, as I thought about who I am, I realize I'm a screw-up. But God has saved my rear end many, many times, okay? The Bible says we have this treasure in earthen vessels. So really the excellency, the jewelry, the good things is Jesus inside of us. But I mess up. I mess up a lot. Any pet owners here? What do you guys have?
I got a cat.
Cat, 2 cats, 1 cat, he has a cat. What do you have?
My wife's got a cat.
Your wife has a cat. We've identified a problem here, okay? We've identified a man who's not too crazy about cats. Am I right, Tom? I can understand that. I'm kind of the same way. I used to tell a joke that I hate cats, but they taste good in soup.
And that's the response I would always get at that. You know, all the cat lovers would want to stone me, you know. I don't like cats, you know. But we got a cat. We actually got a cat. My wife wanted an emotional support animal. So we got a cat named Garfield. Yeah, cute orange cat. Now, we didn't give him that name. He came with that name. After observing him for about 2 weeks, his name should really be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Because this cat stalks me. All right? We got this cat for my wife, but somehow he bonded to me. I can't stand it. Because now I'm talking like this. Here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty. I've become a cat person. And I can't stand cats. This thing follows me. Like, I'll go to my office in the back of the apartment, and he gets in the office before me. He gets on my desk. He leaves cat hair everywhere. He knocks my mail off the dresser. He's driving me crazy. And then he'll give me this look. You cat owners know this. He'll give you this. I love you. I love you so very much. Have you seen that? They're usually like upside down when they do that. I rub my belly, you know. And really, in a cat's brain, you are their slave. Am I right? Cats own you. They think they own you. You exist to serve them and to pet their belly. But don't be fooled by that cat behavior, because I have seen him. 1 minute he's doing this. Oh, I love you very much. The next minute, usually after a nap, that's exactly it. He's like this, looking for trouble, right? And I'll go to tie my shoelaces, and he's like, whoo. He's on them, you know, and he's batting things, and I literally saw him climb up the couch, climb up the curtains, like, whoo. I'm thinking, this cat is possessed with a demon. No, he's just being a cat. That's the way they are. But, you know, he's a lot of fun. I find myself getting in touch with my feline side. I hate to admit it, because I've always liked dogs. Because dogs are like devoted to you, right? Oh, yeah. They wait for you to come in. As soon as they see you, they're wagging their tail, you know, and they're drooling all over yourself. You can get a dog to fetch. Throw the newspaper, the dog will fetch it and bring it back and lay it at your feet. Can you get a cat to do that? No, you cannot. Cats, they'll fetch, but then they'll play with it and they'll keep it and try to get it away. Forget it. So we got this cat, and then last night I went out with my wife, and we got a band. We needed, what do you call those, necklaces or cat laces, or what do you call them? When you put a band around a cat's neck. Collar, cat collar, yeah. And we got one with a bell on it. Okay? That is to save our lives, so we know where this cat is. Okay? Because what he does is you're walking, and what does he do? Somebody tell me, when you take a walk, what does that cat do? He'll come after you, and he'll get right in between your legs, make you stumble. Then he'll take his little cat tail and wrap it around your legs, saying, I'm in charge, follow me. See? But he's really a lover. He loves to be loved, and he'll sit on your lap and purr. And then finally, I get enough. You know, 5 minutes, I'm good with that. After that, cat, leave me alone. Right. Your breath smells like a cat, you know. And there is a difference between cat breath and dog breath. Would you agree? Yeah. Cat breath is not quite so bad. Yeah. Dog breath will gag a maggot. Oh. That's not right. Oh, nothing worse than dog breath, you know. And dog owners, they make no sense to me. You know, have you ever seen a dog owner get a dog kiss? Right? They'll lean down and that dog will kiss him, you know, lick him all over the face. I'm telling you, I have a little problem with that, because I have seen where that dog tongue has been, if you know what I'm talking about. That doesn't make any sense. So that's cats and dogs. And so I've become a pet owner reluctantly. You know, I do it for my wife. And guess who cleans the cat box? Yeah, my wife doesn't do it. It's her animal. It's her emotional support animal. But I get the one to clean the box, you know. It seems my life consists of cleaning up people's messes. Yes, because we now have a grandson. Oh, yeah? Yes, since I've been here last. My daughter got pregnant at 30. I think she's like 35 or something like that. She got pregnant. And you want to know the cause of her getting pregnant? According to my granddaughter, Abigail, it's what happens when you shop at Victoria's Secret. She said, well, that's what happens when you shop this. So she got pregnant, and she's had this beautiful little boy. He's like a turkey on steroids. He's like a butterball turkey on steroids, you know, and he's got these big eyes and this big head. He just sits there. You know, he puts his feet up and he just loves you with his eyes. He's the happiest, chubby little baby in the world. I love him. You know, he's got such a big piece of my heart. And, you know, that's how God looks at you and I. You know, he doesn't do anything except he blows bubbles out of his mouth now. He makes coos, right? And he looks at you, he laughs. Then he soils his diaper. That's his life, right? And I love him. And I think we're the same way with God. That's all we do is we make funny noises, we soil our diaper, and God loves us anyway. You see? He does. Even though we make messes. And then, of course, my grandchildren are getting older since the last time I was here. My Abigail now is 13 years old.
Wow.
13. She is a teenager. God help us. Pray for us. Because she's starting to ask questions like, Grandpa, how do you know when you have found the right one? I'm thinking, 13, that's not a question you should be asking me. Check back with me when you're 32. Then we'll have this conversation, all right?
Yeah.
And she has this boy that likes her, but she had to kind of shut him down. So she's breaking hearts already at 13. And my grandson Charlie, he is 9 now. He is 9. And I used to call him Dennis the Menace on steroids. But I'm trying not to say that because, you know, he might end up living into that description I give him. But he's a genius. He's an absolute genius. And, you know, I tell the story. I said, Charlie, what's your solution for global warming? He said, move the earth. That's genius. We need to send a letter to Al Gore and say, Al Gore, that's the problem. If the earth gets too hot, just move it away from the sun a little bit. You know, a 9-year-old boy comes up with that solution. And I am married again. My wife is wonderful. Her name is Mary Lou. I call her Mrs. Punchline. Because any joke that I come with, she tops. Yeah. She's hilarious. I think I told this joke the last time. We were eating dinner at Applebee's, all right? And we're having wonderful dinner. This is a Veterans Day free dinner. Now, I'm full-time ministry. Anytime you have anything free, this is a big night, all right? So we're having a Veterans Day free dinner. She's eating her steak. I'm eating my chicken penne. Life is good. Out of the blue, she looks up at me and says, when I get home, I'm trying on my swimsuit. I'm thinking, why ruin a good night? But I didn't say that because I'm a happily married man, and she was holding a steak knife. So I just let that one slide by. Yeah, but she'll say things out of the blue. I'm in my back office computer, right? She's in the living room on her computer. Out of the blue, she says, "You're very intelligent." Okay, now I've been married 38 years, going on 39. Those words have never proceeded from her mouth, okay? So I go out to the living room. I said, "Wait a minute. What did you say?" She said, "Well, you're very intelligent." I said, "That's not what you said yesterday. Yesterday you said I was a jerk." She paused a minute and said, "Well, you're an intelligent jerk." Yeah, so that's my wife. She is she's hilarious, and she'll shut me. She's kind of like a cat. You know, she'll just, when you least expect it, she'll attack and swipe and just cut you in slivers. But she's wonderful. She's wonderful. I'm a pastor of a church called River of God in Stevens. If you're ever out in Stevens, Pennsylvania, come visit us. Now, this is kind of difficult. There are some dynamics in being a comedy pastor that you have to deal with. For instance, pastors greet their people at the door, right? Your pastor ever do that? I try to greet my people at the door. We had this nice young family come in, a husband, wife, and a little girl. Gabriana, she was 2 years old, all dressed in her pretty Sunday dress, and I see her and her mom walking hand in hand, and I said to her mom, I said, "Oh, she's gotten big." And her mom had a big smile on her face, and I should have stopped there, but then I said to the mom, "And so have you." That's not something a pastor should really say to a mother, so I kind of got in trouble with that. And you know, my morning announcements as a comedy pastor is I like to give the top 10 list, or I like to do a monologue, and I did that. I was doing that one day, opening the meeting with a comedy monologue, and a guy in the back of the church says, "Don't practice in church." So that's what happens when when you're a comedy pastor. You know, and you're actually happy the day when the woman that usually heckles you doesn't come to church. That's the only time that, as a comedy pastor, you get happy.
Well, I was thinking, what if Elmer Fudd got saved? And he's in church and he starts singing Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. So this is what I'm thinking as I'm staggering around the house this morning.
It's awesome.
In a daze.
I'll get you more.
It's got to be the diet.
It's awesome.
I'm still dizzy, okay? So I go into a Wawa to get gas, and I'm talking to the Wawa lady who's cleaning the coffee thing. I said, "You know, would you ever wake up dizzy?" She said, "Well, yeah, actually, sometimes I do." And I said, "I don't understand it." And then I went, I poured the coffee, set it aside. I had to use the restroom. I go in the restrooms, and I'm getting angry again. Because you know what Wawa did in their restroom, in the men's room? They took the urinal out. I don't know, but I got mad about it, so I stepped out the door, and as I'm leaving the door, I realized, John, you walked into the woman's room.
No, for real you did?
I did.
So they never actually took the urinal out?
No, I was in the woman's room. There's no urinals in the woman's room. I found that out this morning for the second time, actually.
Teddy bear, let me be your loving teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck and leave me anywhere. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. Don't wanna be a tiger, 'cause tigers play too rough. I don't wanna be a lion, 'cause lions ain't the kind you love. I just wanna be your teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck and leave me anywhere. Oh, let me be your teddy bear.
I got a kick during worship. I actually wrote a joke during worship. This is a fresh joke. Somebody was talking about the devil's been defeated. Do you know why the devil is a snake? Because he's been defeated. Defeated, okay, yeah. Whoa.
How do you know why? I thought all the way.
Thank God there's no vegetables around. Okay.
You're talking about the Hulk, right? The Incredible Green Hulk?
Well,
you know, you kind of think of it. My wife kind of quotes the Hulk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says to me, she says, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry."
Yeah. That I love it. Yeah.
Well, you know that the Incredible Hulk finally got some therapy for rage therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They put him on Prozac. Now he's the Incredible Sulk.
Just so.
You wouldn't like him when he's depressed, though.
Oh. If he ate as much biscuits and gravy as me, they'd call him the Incredible Bulk.
There we go. Now we're talking. Let's throw in a cow.
Now my lunch is near, and so I face the big decision. My friend, I can't stay clear. I'm eating here despite derision. I need a gut that's full, so I traveled down this highway, and much more to eat, must eat at Subway. wanted to, but ate again. Despite the tension, I ate what I had to chew and digested it through without retention. I planned each cheesy sub, each careful step along the counterway, and more, much more than this, I ate at Subway. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, though 1 foot tall. I ate it Subway. I've chewed, I've swallowed and cried, I've had my fill, condiments oozing, and now my gut inside, I find my lunch I am losing. To think I did all that, and may I say to my lunch goodbye. Oh no, not me. I ate at Subway. For what is a man? What is his gut? If no foot long, then he has not to eat the things at his lunch meals, the great big subs of his ideals. The record shows the chops high blows from eating Subway. I ate at Subway.
Well, today's topic of discussion is dental phobia. You know, the dentist is scary enough as it is. But could you imagine what it would be like if you went to your dentist and your dentist ended up being the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger? You'd walk into the office and say, "Doc, it's been a long drive getting here. Do you have a restroom that I can use?" He'd probably say something like,
"No more complaining to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom."
What's really strange about having Arnold Schwarzenegger as a dentist is that before he examines you, for some reason, he requires his patients to get undressed.
I need your clothes, your boots.
And I know dental work can be very expensive, so I'd ask Arnold if he could give me a discount. And of course, like any initial dentist visit, Arnold's going to give me a long questionnaire to fill out.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Then I told him, Doc, I have a really bad tooth that needs to come out.
Of course, I'm a Terminator.
So I asked him, am I going to feel anything when you pull out my tooth?
Only pain.
Then I said, Doc, I've got this strange growth on my lower gum. But he assured me,
it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
So I said, but Doc, can you get rid of it?
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Then he informed me that the tooth next to it needed a crown. I said, okay, Doc, well, what's a crown?
A cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
So he did all the procedures, and he actually did pretty good, considering he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. And as I was checking out, I said, Doc, are you sure you accept my dental insurance? He replied in Spanish and said,
no problemo.
But for some reason, I don't think he was particularly pleased with me as a patient, because when I asked for a return appointment, he said,
hasta la vista, baby. You are terminated.
So as I look back at the whole experience, I decided it's not a good idea to have Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, as your dentist?
Well, I'll tell you a secret. If I want to know what my personality is, I ask my wife. She'll tell me. The other day, she's in her living room at her computer. I'm in my office. Out of the blue, she shouts from the living room, "You're very intelligent." All right? Now, I've been married for 38 years, going on 39. She has never said those words to me. Wow. So I went out and said, "Wait a minute. Yesterday you said I was an idiot." So she paused for a minute and said, "Well, you're an intelligent idiot."
There's brownie points stripped from the wife.
Yeah, that's a
the wife.
I knew she was going to say something. That's why I said it that way. A while back, she was getting all fired up. "You know, you better never call me the wife." I'm like, "Why?" "Well, the wife. You mean it's just the wife. It's
That's
not."
disassociating yourself and making it impersonal.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought it was like a great honor.
The wife.
The wife, the crown, my princess. My
Not
queen.
to me, it's not. If he says my wife, that's how it should.
Oh, you're gonna have my instead of thee.
Yeah. If I say the wife, I get smacked. If I say my wife, she smiles.
Oh, serious? Wow.
So eventually, I'm going to try it out in broad daylight in public and say, "My the wife," and see what happens.
You're right.
I'm hoping that the my and the thee cancel each other out.
So it's
she
just wife.
stands there.
Yeah. Well, if he just says wife, here's wife, would that work?
No.
Why?
It sounds like he's trying to get through it real quick so that people don't even notice I'm there.
Well, I think we need to unpack this. Why this is an issue with Dawn? You know,
I'm not sure, but
it's like she really has to be. She has to be extremely honored. I think that's what it is. You want to be extremely, not just normally honored. You're looking for like
not necessarily.
When you walk over a puddle, you want him to take his shirt off and lay it over the puddle like Sir Walter Raleigh.
That's extreme. That is so extreme.
Carry you on his back around Walmart.
Oh my word, he's extreme.
I'm not sure about this carrying you on my back around Walmart.
He only ever carried me once in his life.
Really? Okay.
And that was over the threshold when we got married.
Oh, that's nice.
That was really special and cherished.
Well, Mary Lou carried me over the threshold. It was very romantic. So we saw a movie. Mary Lou didn't like it. I did. It was called Interstellar last night.
Is that the one where she got her coat caught?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So more like
that.
Star Trek type.
Yeah. It's like a Trekkie.
No, I wouldn't like it either.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I would have a hard time following it.
You know, I was actually going to call you and invite you and have you leave the wife home, but.
Oh my!
Oh, look at that face! Look at.
Priceless,
Why don't you
right?
give me something to throw that won't break anything?
That's called a callback in comedy, by the way.
Oh.
They put this kid from Jersey on a tractor and said, "Go sling manure in a manure spreader." All right.
You used a manure spreader.
I did, and the thing got clogged.
You were a city kid.
I know. That's the point. That's the joke. God was laughing, and the thing got clogged, and I had to dig it out with my hands.
Oh.
That's so nasty. And the angels were laughing. The God's going, "Look, guys, come here. Look at this idiot. This kid from Jersey, he doesn't know nothing."
Totally got to get this on film.
Now for some beatboxing.
That's awesome, Tim. You're a one-man comedy show.
Do you find yourself losing weight? Are the pounds dropping off despite everything you do? You need the new Anti-Diet Diet, guaranteed to gain 10 pounds in 1 week by eating our bacon-flavored ice cream. Your jowls will drop, your chin will sag. Expand your thighs today with the special Thigh Disaster Weight Gain System. Is your waist shrinking? Expand your girth by using our Gut Buster De-Exerciser, just a few minutes each day. Does your husband respond, "No way," when you ask him the question, "Do these jeans make my butt look big?" Then you need the Buttock Pants Enhancer. Add those precious pounds to your posterior with our high-calorie, lard-filled, energy-sapping dessert anti-diet diet bars. Are you living an active lifestyle and just can't keep the weight on? As a bonus, order now, get 20% off your order of the Comatose Reclining Sofa Chair. Is your waistline shrinking? Are your jeans sliding off at the most inopportune moment? Is your blood pressure plummeting? Totally Decadent Furniture Incorporated has the solution for you. The Lazy Bones Comatose Couch System. Sloth is back with a whole new attitude. From the new Suburban Indolence Collection. It includes ambient music, air-conditioned or heated, a virtual reality helmet. Now you can shirk all adult responsibilities at the push of a button. Comes with 635 cable channels piped directly into your virtual reality system to totally remove you from any parental responsibility. It does everything without you moving. You can order pizza. Numbers are pre-programmed directly by default into your remote control. Call your baby butler when the diapers need to be changed or the children need feeding. Hit the auto dial and key in the needed parental function. A baby butler will be dispatched within minutes. Your little darling baby will be fed, changed, and tucked into bed. Nightly bedtime stories extra. So you don't have to move a muscle as you watch the new episodes of your favorite reality show. It comes with automatic low cholesterol detector. If your blood cholesterol drops to normal limits, the 911 switchboard is alerted and an emergency call is made to the local Dunkin' Donuts, and a driver is immediately dispatched with 24 cream-filled donuts. Do you need to get an income, but don't want to get off your Lazy Bones Comatose couch? Just hit the special government aid button, and you'll immediately be auto-dialed to all the governmental agencies that can give you free cash. It's a living sofa system stylish enough for the space station, but doesn't have to come with an out-of-this-world price tag. Meet the surprisingly celestial Suburban Indolence Collection. Feels like I'm 1,000 miles up and away from all family problems and responsibilities. All the tech, orbit-inspired style you want with the Lazy Bones comfort you demand. After all, why should you trade your fun for responsibilities? Repeat after me. Lazy Bones means I don't do nothing.